Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday morning, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. So guys, I'm going to jump right in. Today I want to talk to you all about, do you have a soul tie, or is this person really a narcissist? But before I get started, I want to say this. I can't tell you guys, I've lost count on how many emails and messages I get in regards to the narcissist. And I just want to be clear. Everyone is not a narcissist. Just because a person is a liar, just because a person is a manipulator, just because someone uses reverse psychology to get themselves out of trouble, just because it doesn't mean they're a narcissist. These character flaws existed way before this word narcissist just took off, right? So I say that so you can be sure that when you are warring in the spirit against something, you need to be very specific, and you need to make sure you're warring against the right spirit, because if not, you're spinning your wheels. You're on the hamster wheel. So make sure, as always, you go to your source. Ask God before you start warring anything in the spirit. Ask God to give you a download on, again, how you hear from God. Let it be fasting, praying, just nature, however you hear from God. Ask God to give you a download in what this thing really, really is. That way, when you start warring in the spirit, you can be sure you're warring against the correct spirit, especially if you're not seeing any results right now. So I just wanted to say that everyone is not a narcissist. Also, make sure that you know you are plugged in spiritually, where you're not just listening to every single person and you're reading every single comment. And you see this person in the recording you saw last week, and they describe their ex or their current boo as a liar, and then they tag narcissist right behind it. And you're saying to yourself, well, he lied to me last week. He's a narcissist. Honey, a narcissist, that is literally a disorder. And it's spiritually, it's a demonic spirit from a spiritual sense. So you can have a person, like I know someone who had those character flaws of lying and cheating and all that other craziness, but this person truly, truly was a beautiful spirit, right? A flawed spirit, but he was not a dark, demonic spirit. He truly was a beautiful spirit, but trauma caused a lot of character flaws. You see the difference? So everybody is not a demonic spirit. All right, so let's talk, guys. All right, I'm going to start with soul ties really quickly. With a soul tie, a soul tie is literally developed. Personally, I think it's when you're intimate with someone. I've heard other people say that they've had a soul tie and they weren't intimate with the person. Like this could have been like a best friend or, just someone who you're really cool with. But spirits transfer. And so that doesn't have to be intimate. So I'm open to realizing that it could be, someone who you're not intimate with, because spirits do transfer. If you're around somebody all the time, y'all sharing food, y'all sharing drinks, y'all out leaning on each other. Girl, let me taste that drink. Spirits transfer, right? I've never had one just hanging out, I don't think. So your spirits are literally in an entanglement. Your spirits are having an entanglement, honey. And it's like once that soul tie develops, it sneaks up on you. I mean, no one sits around and say, hey, give me a soul tie, right? It sneaks up on you. And before you know it, this person is literally living in your head. You're at work thinking about this person. You're driving thinking about this person. Your kids in the back seat asking you all kind of questions. Mama, daddy, will be going. You don't even hear the churn. Your mind just gone, right? And I mean, it's obsessive. Anybody can call you and say, hey, I think I see such and such car at the restaurant. Honey, it can be 4 o'clock in the morning. You getting up, going right by that restaurant. It's obsessive. It's crazy, right? It's like your spirit is craving the other person's spirit. So now you break up. You may have a spat and you break up and you swear up and down, this is it. I'm done with her. I'm done with him. And you really believe that when you say it. In less than 24 hours, you're trying to do everything to keep your mind off of this person, and your mind is literally in rotation. You're on a hamster wheel. thinking about this person, replaying conversations, reading these long text message threads from 19 years ago with them. Like, you're literally on this hamster wheel. And you're telling all your friends, you're telling all your family, I'm done. I am done. That's it. I'm changing the locks. I'm done. And they're like, girl, we hear that 39 times per day. You're not going nowhere, right? Where the thing is, first and foremost, you have to acknowledge that you have a soul tie. And that also comes from, again, recognizing that you may not be dealing with a narcissist. So you have to recognize that you have a soul tie. Next, you got to ask God to step in. Narcissist and soul tie, but I'm on soul tie right now. You have to ask God to step in. Again, these are spiritual battles. You've tried everything in the spirit. In the flesh. You've changed your number and gave the number right back to him or her 2 days later. You went down there and changed your whole number, stood up in T-Mobile's line for 5 hours to change a number because you couldn't block it for some reason. And you gave them the number 2 days later after they easeled their way back in. Whew, no judgments on here. Your girl's been interesting when I tell you, right? Okay. You just can't do it within the physical realm. So once you ask God to step in, you literally have to ask God. Again, a lot of times we think that God just knows. God, I'm just going through something. Could you just please? You got to be specific. You got to be specific. God, I can't shake this fool. Your child. I'm sorry. I can't shake your child. Please help me. I've tried everything. I don't know what to do. I want this child of yours out of my head. I'm obsessing. I want to move forward. I know you have more for me, but I can't shake this person. Please come in. Please step in. Please show me what to do. You have to be very specific. I mean, God already knows anyway, but you have to be very specific. And again, you have to be 100% ready. Same thing with the narcissist. You cannot be 85% ready. And you know, when I speak about like that, like 85%, 90% ready, I'm speaking more like you truly know you want to move on, right? But you can't. There's something you're still hanging on to. You're still hanging on like a little bit of hope. Maybe if they change, maybe, you know, so you're holding on to a little bit of hope. You're even telling yourself, well, maybe it was my fault. So maybe if I had done something different, maybe if we had kept this person out of our business, maybe if we didn't. So you're still holding on to that hope. When I say 100%, your body isn't even tired. You're not physically tired. Your soul is tired. That's when you're at 100%. Your soul is tired. There's nothing left in the physical for you to fight with. You have no strength. You're weak. You have nothing. You have exhausted every single thing in the physical. There's no thought process about, well, maybe he or she will change and maybe we can get back. Maybe counseling, maybe, you're done. And you know there's nothing you can do. I say make sure you are 100% ready before you ask God, because when you ask God to step in, there is no turning back. So 4 days in the process, when God have you, you know, doing certain things and you realize like, okay, this is too hard. I don't think I want this. I think I want him or her back. No. Be very, very, I learned this the hard way. Be very, very careful when you ask God to step in a situation and you're truly not 100% ready to let that thing go, because he's not going to give it back to you. I did that with patience. I prayed for patience. I've said this a lot, and I promise you guys it's true. At least 10, 15 years ago, I just wanted to be patient, right? I love people who have a lot of patience. That's not one of my strengths. And I asked God, please, can you just teach me to be patient? I thought he would just, boom, give me patience. I have been tested every single day for 15 years. I'm better now, but I'm literally tested. And I can remember asking God so many times, I've changed my mind. I don't care about being patient. Please just leave me alone. Like, no. Nope. You ask for it, you're going to get it, right? So here's the thing, guys. When God starts giving you these specific instructions, please don't follow your friend's instructions, right? Your friends is telling you to go use sage. Listen, I mean, that ain't my thing, right? If that's your thing, I promise you, I'm not judging here. If sage works for you, sage works for you. Holy Spirit works for me, right? And you both may work for you, whatever works for you. But when I say don't follow your friend's instruction, it's because, again, we all have a different path of healing. So God may give you a whole different outline of what you have to do, right, than what your friend has to do. God may tell you, you got to move. You got to change your number. You got to throw every single thing in that house away that can contain spirits, especially your bed, right? All these clothes you got still in that drawer, all these pictures. So God may give you all of that in the physical, but then someone else may get, you need to fast. Get back in church. Get back in your worship. Get back this, get back that. Go and apologize to this person because you hurt that person 15 years ago. And this is really your karma. Karma / law of attraction, whatever you want to call it. So be sure, this is why I always stress, allow God to be your revelation, because here you're sitting here doing something because your best friend had to do it and you're not getting the results because that's not your route. That's not your route. So whatever specific instructions that God gives you, you must obey. Mind you, you've tried it your way in the physical. Your way don't work, so obviously, trust me when I tell you, those instructions are going to be edge snatching and receding hairline snatching. Because these are going to be things that you didn't think that you would have to do. So again, you're going to have to change that number for some of you. Some of you are going to have to move. Some of you are going to have to cut out those family members who you really, really loved. But see, this is about your healing. It's not about you being mad with their family and stuff like that. Because some people feel like, well, no, I mean, the family didn't do me any wrong. The sister was cool. The granny was cool. I get it. I promise you, I get it. But when it comes down to your healing, cool or not, you may have to cut it off. How can you heal from something and you still have attachment to it? I mean, if that's his mama, right? She birthed him. So you're around the mama. So again, spirits transfer. So just make sure that you are obedient to your downloads. Do whatever God is telling you to do if you are truly, truly trying to break the soul tie. I spoke about mine on a recording, I think some months ago. I'm not sure. My downloads was fast against the person. Fast against the person, right? Not fast against food. Fast against the person. That means where they're blowing your phone up, you can't answer even when you want to. That means you can no longer go to the places that you guys frequent. Those restaurants, those lounges, wing night, at whatever you got going on. You can no longer frequent these places. You can no longer mention their names in conversations, right? So I had to fast against the person. And I had to stay committed regardless of how hard it was. And as time goes on, you realize it gets easier and easier. Where it becomes difficult is, again, when you're still seeing this person, especially if you got children with these people. Listen, don't make excuses now because, I don't have no children, but the majority of my friends have children. And I see how it can be done where you are not sitting here allowing your child's father or your child's mother to enter your home, sit up in your home, on your couches and all that, just when they're picking up your child. Those are excuses because you're truly not ready to move forward. When you're ready to move forward, you're not coming up in my house. Let me pack these babies up. We're going to meet at a mutual place. When you come to get these babies, don't question me about what I got going on right now. We're not even having no conversations about what we had going on right now. We're going to talk about these kids. Boundaries, point blank, period. Don't wink an eye at me. Don't invite me to dinner because guys like, right, when we mad, You want to go out to eat? Nope, I ain't hungry. I'm not hungry. So the point, the point of the matter is you have to set up firm boundaries if there are children involved. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. All right, narcissist. Again, a narcissist is literally a disorder, right? But in the spiritual realm, it is demonic. If you're spiritually attached, you can look at these individuals. You can see clear as day that they are literally overtaken by demons, right? If you're spiritually connected, if you're aligned, let me tell you, I can literally go to the gas station and have a 1-minute conversation with someone, look this person in their eyes and tell you their spirit is so pure. Doesn't mean they're perfect, right? Because we all got our stuff. Doesn't mean they're perfect, but they got a pure energy, pure spirit. And I can look at someone and just tell this, ooh, child, let's say you go ahead and pay for your chips. I'm going to stand about 4 feet behind you, right? All right. But these people are literally demonic. They have a sense of entitlement. They feel like everybody owes them everything. They feel like their lives is hell because no one did this for them and no one. Entitlement. Refuse to take accountability. Okay, this happened to you 15 years ago, but you're still using this as an excuse to blame everybody else because your life is in shambles and you're so unhappy, and it's because of everybody else. Not even realizing you have the power. You have the power. No one in the face of this earth can make you happy. You can only make self happy. Point blank, period. These individuals literally have no emotions. Have you ever been around somebody and it can be an emotional situation? Everybody else is crying. Everybody else is like, and they're just like sitting there, right? Like, what's wrong with y'all? And not to say that people who don't cry, like they're narcissists. I'm not saying that. But my point is they literally have no emotions to the things that will make most people, even your most hardest person, they have no emotion to anything. They disregard your feelings regardless of what you're expressing, regardless of how you're feeling and what you're complaining about, and you're really trying to express yourself on why you feel this way. And honey, they're not even hearing you. They're not, and they're going to let you know they're not hearing you. Like they literally want to ruin your life. Now, some people say that it starts in childhood. I've read that before. It starts in childhood, meaning either that child had been overly inflated, meaning the parents kind of just had them up on this pedestal and praised them and praised them and praised them and praised them. And that is now why they think the world owed them everything. And then other studies have said that it's from parents who may have neglected them, or like this person may have been like a middle child or something like that, where they didn't get enough attention from the parent. So it's almost now like, well, I'm going to make the world pay. I didn't get attention. You stole the attention from mama because you were the baby. So since you stole the attention in childhood, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get all of the attention now, even though I'm 84 years old. Foolish. They're very, very, very unhappy. Very unhappy, especially when they don't get their way. Especially when the spotlight is being taken off of them. So, excuse me, you guys can be somewhere and you're getting the attention for whatever reason. And they're just sitting in the corner. They're just sitting down looking at you with a demonic look because you're still getting the attention. So that can even be for you married folks, or if you're dating a narcissist, right? You can be doing some great things. You could have just opened up your mom and pop's liquor store. Well, let's not say liquor store here. Your kitchen. You've always wanted to open up this kitchen. And now you got all your family and all your friends, and your narcissist boo is there. And everyone is just praising you. And you're receiving it because you knew how much hard work it took to get there. Nobody gave you anything, right? So now you're looking at your narcissist and they're in the corner making you, they will literally rain on your parade. Literally. Now, that's a moment that you deserve to be happy, but they're pissed because you're happy. They're pissed because you're given the attention. And now they're realizing, well, in childhood, my mama bought my brother Batman shoes and I got Scooby-Doo. And here we are again as an adult. Someone else is getting all the attention. And now they're giving you this look, or they're going to start this little petty argument just to shift your whole spirit from celebrating to being upset, depressed. And now everyone in that event is looking at you like, what happened to you? How did your spirit shift that quick? You were just like hugging everyone. You were just celebrating. And now you're over here crying and your spirit look daunted. Like, what's going on? And now this is going to happen. The narcissist is now going to start celebrating. Because now she realizes now that people are catching on to what's going on. They're going to now start celebrating with you like, great job, baby. In front of the people, it's like, what? Yeah, what happened? Why are you so sad now? Knowing they caused it. Intentionally. They caused it. So now they can make everybody around you think you're the crazy one. You're the ungrateful one. All these people are here celebrating you, and you're sitting up here crying for no reason. You see how it's demonic? They play with your mind. They pull strings like a puppet. This is a spirit. Next, they find every relationship unfulfilling. They will tell you about, they were so unhappy with their ex. They were unhappy with their mama. They're unhappy with you. Every relationship has been everybody else's fault. They will never take accountability. Never take accountability to say, you know what? Maybe no one likes me because I'm evil. Maybe no one likes me because I do not have a spirit full of light that people gravitate to. They will never take accountability. Instead, they're going to pick you apart and make sure that you know all of your flaws and make you think that you're the only one who have made them unhappy. But when you do your research, honey, everybody has made them unhappy because it's not the people. It's them. They are truly, truly unhappy people. Truly. Why are they unhappy? Again, from a spiritual sense, they're being used by Satan to literally ruin people's lives, especially people that God is calling for a specific purpose and will. It's about taking you off track, and they will. If your mind is pinging all day long, playing reverse psychology with these nutcases, how can you really focus on what God has for you? When I read some of your emails, and I know some of you guys are called and God got some things going on, but every email is about the mind games and where you're at struggling. So how in the world could you focus on a spiritual assignment? How can you focus on your own goals, dreams, and desires when your mind is warped? Because demonic spirits are literally playing up in the demonic realm, but it's being used by an individual who you're sleeping with, or who shares your bloodline, or who literally is in your intimate space. How can you even start that business? How can you start that nonprofit? How can you start the process of adopting that child? How can you do any of this stuff when your mind is boggled all day long? So nobody wants to be around them. If you really know a narcissist, again, not someone you have a soul tie, but a narcissist, nobody wants to be around them. Not even their own children. Sadly, the children is just forced to be there. They don't have a choice. But nobody wants to be around them. They can't hold on to relationships. Nobody wants to be around them, but they'll make you think it's the person. They will also take advantage of others to get what they want. If they want it, if it's attention, if it's money, if it's a thing, if it's whatever. They will take advantage of you just to get it. They don't care about how you feel. Mind you, they don't have emotion, so they don't care about how you feel, right? They're going to throw you under the bus all the time. They will throw you under the bus. There's a situation that happened, and it was like this whole shabacle of everybody was confused. Everybody's trying to find out how is all this going on? What happened? Why is everybody in this group against each other? Everybody is literally fussing with each other, pinned against each other. Everybody's crying, everybody's sad, everybody's depressed. And when we got down to the ball of what really happened, guess who it was? The narcissist. The narcissist watched everybody be pinned against each other. The narcissist watched everyone fussed and cried and all this stuff because no one can figure out where did this confusion come from. It stemmed from one small thing that if the narcissist had answered the question, it would have ended the situation. But the narcissist who loves drama, the narcissist who loves to be inflated, the narcissist who will never take accountability, never ever admitted to this thing. And now every single person who was involved was now pinned against each other. And the narcissist sat back there and watched. Sat back there and watched the other person got blamed. Sat back there and watched. And when they were exposed, then they flipped it. No, it's you. Now you see why I say don't respond to them, because they will never take accountability. They will keep you wrapped up in this demonic web. You will not win. The same way you have grace to do things that other people can't do. These fools got something Satan I gave them that it ain't grace. I don't know what to call it, but they got their own thing going on, honey, where they can outrun you in the physical realm. Don't play with these people. When you find out who, and honey, let me tell you something. Speaking of that, when you find out who they are, when you really know that they're a narcissist now, and they know you know, prepare. Prepare for war. Just prepare for war. That's all I'm gonna tell you, right? But you stand your ground. Don't open your mouth. Let them fight with themselves. You go right on and you keep doing the things that God has for you, because your success will be the best revenge, because their ultimate thing was to interrupt you so you could never arrive to destiny, right? So you could never get attention, right? So now because you have planted yourself and you're moving forward, that's the complete opposite of what they want. So they're very envious and jealous of others. Of course, we talked about that earlier. There's a good chance that they didn't get, I don't know, the attention they needed in childhood. Who knows, honey? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? You will find yourself trying to do everything to help them. They're so unhappy. They're so sad. And before you know it, you're sitting there doing everything in your power. You're trying to love on them. You're trying to buy them. You are trying to do everything in your power, especially my empaths. Narcissists are literally attracted and targets empath. Literally. Next, they insist on having the best of everything. You will see them, they're trying to buy the most expensive house and the most expensive car. They're like putting all this money into this and all this money into that. Their children will have every single thing in the face of this earth. Not that they're not so much because they want to like spoil their children or to be sure that their children never want anything they wanted. It's more about trying to show the world we have it all, and they ain't got pot to piss in, right? But it's about that inflated mindset of trying to put this facade on for the world can think, oh, we're good. Oh, we're happy up over here. Honey, you're not happy. You're not happy. You're crying inside. Please turn your life over to God. So you will see them like spending massive amounts of money when they can't afford it. When they can't even afford it. But they will look glitzy and glamour like they have it all, honey. And it's all about trying to show the world that they're happy when they're really, really not. They have a lot of feelings of being insecure, shame, even feeling vulnerable, humiliation. All these things is what, and I think that probably could just be a reason that makes them sad. I'm gonna be honest. When you really, really study narcissism, you will feel sorry for them. And I mean this, especially my empaths. You will feel sorry for them because it is the complete opposite of how you feel. And you, my chosen ones, you want everybody to be happy. We want everybody to be whole, right? So because this person doesn't have that, and you really learn how empty they are, how dark they are, how unhappy they are, it's hurtful. So you want to help them. Here's where they go wrong, and then you end up hating them. Well, I don't use the word hating, but disliking them. Because see, it's one thing if they can stop at just being unhappy. If it stops there, it's like, okay, I can be your friend. I can help you. If it stops there. But what happens is they flip it. And because they're unhappy, now they want you to be unhappy. Now they're going to torture you so you can be like them. That's where people get rid of them and discard them and things like that. Or they discard you, right? They will discard you. Once they know that you know who they are, a true narcissist, they will discard you. They'll discard you. So don't worry about that. But if they truly could just stop at being unhappy people, they will have so many people willing to help them. But because they take that same unhappiness and make your life a living hell, then that's why people don't want anything to do with them. So, sadly, again, if they have children, you know what's sad about that? That child will go on and grow up to be someone who deals with lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem, and all these other different stuff. You know why? Because the narcissist will constantly tell them that they're not good enough, even if it's not direct. A narcissist will literally pick their children apart. Why are you so this? Why aren't you this? Why are you setting up that foundation for that child to feel like they're not good enough? When a child feels like they're not good enough, what happens? They grew up with lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem. So I just wanted to clarify that. How long have I been on, honey? Ooh. 33 minutes. What? So I just wanted to jump on and talk about that. Because again, some of you think you're dealing with a narcissist and it's really not. It's just just someone with flawed character. And also, again, I'm letting you know that if you're trying to break a soul tie, it needs to be done spiritually. Ask God for your downloads on how to do it. So I think that's it. If you guys have any more detailed questions, email me. I'm still trying to catch up with some of your emails, but email me and either at rockkizzy18@gmail.com or my website, kizzyrock.com. You guys have a great one.